Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Lisa and today I am going to be sharing my second paycheck in October. This is for October 24th through November the 6th. I am currently using an Archer and Olive dotted notebook, and I just used a ruler, put some lines, and made a budget template. I haven't done the closeout page yet. I don't know if I really need the closeout anymore. I think I can do everything I need to do over here, maybe in this column. I don't know, we'll see. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. So first is my income. So I am going to get paid. I gotta look at my last one because I don't remember. 1882.71. So 1882.71. I can tell you that after the first of the year, this is going to go down because we got a notification that our health insurance is going up quite a bit. So that will definitely change. Rollover. I don't know how much I'm going to roll over yet because it's not quite payday. Miscellaneous income, I'm going to put 0. Maybe I'll clean my mother's house. I'm not really sure. So my total is 1882.71. Okay, coming down here to my expenses. So I have my expenses broken out a little bit differently probably than what you might be used to. I am about 11 years away from retirement, and I really want to do my best to live off of the amount of money that I would receive from Social Security. Actually, a little bit less, about $1,000 less. And to do that, I am budgeting $500 every 2 weeks to cover all of my expenses. And so I've got this kind of separated out because this goes into one account. Then my savings is a different bucket. And then my housing expenses are different because once I retire, I still am going to have these expenses. This is this is an every 2 week, every week kind of expense. When I retire, I'm not going to be contributing to Roth IRA anymore because I will be retired. And my housing expenses will go away because I won't retire until the house is paid off. Now, will I still contribute to the house? Yes, of course I will, but it won't be nearly as much as what I'm doing now. And so I really want to do my best to stick within a certain amount of money for these expenses and just make it work, just like I would if I was in retirement. So that's kind of the reason why I am budgeting the way that I am, because I am preparing for retirement. Okay, so with all that being said, checking account, like I said, I'm only going to give myself $500 to spend. And how that $500 breaks down, we're going to figure this out together because I haven't done it in advance. Okay, so I know that my gym is right at $30. And so I'm going to put 30. It's like $1 and something less, but I like round numbers. So then I don't have any other bills that are due for it during this 2-week period. My car insurance isn't due, phone bill's not due. My housing expenses are going to be down here. So there's no housing expenses up here. You won't see utilities or, water bill, anything like that. So then I just have my variable expenses. The first is groceries, and that is always $200. I give myself $100 a week for food and household products. Fur babies is going to get 40. And so fur babies is going to be for food, cat litter, that kind of good stuff. Now we're down to 230. Gas for my car, I have a 2014 Kia Soul. I paid cash for it, so I don't have any kind of car payment. All I do is put some gas in it, get an occasional oil change, and she's good to go. I'm going to budget $40 for gas. I probably won't spend 40 because I work from home. The only places I go is to the gym and to my parents' house, and pretty much anywhere else I go, Carol Ann's with me and she drives her car. She doesn't want to drive mine. I ask, or I offer to drive, and she's like, no thanks. So I don't really use a whole lot of gas. So that's more than enough. And whatever's left over will just go into my little savings box for emergencies. So that's the plan. Spending, I give myself $20 a week. So that's 40. It's not a lot, but I have so much stuff, and I just don't need anything. And sometimes I kind of go ham and I go off the rails and I buy a bunch of crap I don't need. But it's not because I'm depriving myself, because even when I have a moment where I overspend, the things that I'm overspending on are not needs. They're not things that I need, and they're not even necessarily things that I want. It's just I'm doing it more for entertainment. And so that's why I'm always going to stick with the $40. I don't need any more than $20 a week. So this would be enough to get me like some yarn, because I crochet, although I have a lot of yarn right now already. If I wanted to go get a coffee with my daughter, that would be more than enough to do that. Pedicures with my mom, that's enough. The pedicure is $35 and the tip is $5. So that's $40. I can get a pedicure every couple weeks. It's more than enough because I don't need anything, anything more, and I would just be spending to just spend. Okay, I lost track of what I was subtracting because I was yakety-yakking. All right, so we're taking 30, 200, 40, 40, and 40. So that leaves me $150. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to allocate $140 to sinking funds, and that gives me a rollover amount of 10. So I've been dealing with gallbladder issues. I've been having these really painful attacks. I had an appointment with the surgeon, and I have an appointment on the 28th to get a scope done to see if I have any GI issues. If everything looks good, then we're going to move forward with removing my gallbladder. And I'm sure there's going to be some kind of copays that I'm going to have to pay. And so I just want to put 140 into that health category, or like general sinking funds. Here, I'll show you. This is my wallet. And so when I had my last, my appointment with the surgeon, I took $60 out of this. So how will that look? I don't know. For 140, I'll probably put $60 in here. That leaves me 80. I think I took 20 out of miscellaneous. Maybe I'll put 20 in there, and then I'll put the rest in health. So I'll split it up some way. We'll just have to see how it goes. But $140 will be dedicated to like health copays. So that's how this $500 is going to shake out. Then for savings, I am maxing out my Roth IRA. I'm 50 years old, so the maximum is $8,000 a year, and I get paid every other Friday, so that's 26 paychecks a year, so that comes out to $307.69. I round up, I do 308, and it works out because that very first year that I contributed to my Roth, I didn't max it out. And you have like a certain amount of time where you can contribute to the previous year. So anything that's left over just gets contributed to like that previous year bucket. Hopefully that makes sense. Okay, joint savings. So I contribute $100 every other week. No difference there. And then everything else goes into the joint account. And that should be, look at my budget here, $974.71. Let's just do the math to make sure that that's still correct. So $1,882.71 is my budgeted amount, minus $500 for all of my expenses, minus 408 for savings is 974.71. So we're right on the money. So what I normally do when I get paid is I'll come back and do kind of an actual like payday routine, and we'll talk about anything that came out of the account. So we'll do that. I do a transaction log for cash and also for checking. And then I'll come back and do my November, and I still need to set up November. I started to do it, but I haven't done it yet. So there's still, some work to be done. The budget is not the end of the story. Still have to make sure that I stick with it. We talk about my transactions and where I'm spending my money. And I guess that's it. I think if I talk anymore, I will just be rambling. So let me know what you think of my budget, and leave me a pumpkin. Leave me a Halloween emoji because it's going to be Halloween. Oh, you know what? Maybe I'll spend my spending money on Halloween candy. Maybe I'll do that. So you'll have to let me know in the comments, what are your Halloween plans if you celebrate? I know some people are like very anti Halloween and they don't do it, and I totally get that. And if you don't celebrate Halloween, but you do like a fall festival that you go to, I would really love to know. So share your plans for that fall holiday down in the comments, and I can't wait to hang out with you guys in the comments after the video. I read every single one. I reply to every single question and as many comments as I possibly can. So that's it for me, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for supporting my channel, and I hope you guys have a great day or night wherever you're at. Bye.